Hello dears, welcome to Beauty by Heart. I'm Lily, also known as Lulu. So today I'll be sharing with you dears the DIYDTP palette. Today's palette will be the Huda Beauty Lunar New Year 2022 Tiger Wild Obsession Eyeshadow Palette. It's a very long name. I think this is the season. More and more makeup companies are coming up with the Lunar New Year collection. Finally, an eyeshadow palette that caught my eyes. Since around last December, there isn't much eyeshadow palette that caught my eyes. Huda Beauty come up with this Lunar New Year 2022 Tiger Wild Obsession Eyeshadow Palette celebrating the Lunar New Year, and this is the limited edition. There are many factors for me to buy an eyeshadow palette, and the number one factor would be the color stories. So from these color stories, I can decide better if I will make the best use of this palette, how many different kinds of looks can I create with this palette, and how inspired I am to use this palette. So hopefully this kind of alternative review can help you dears to decide better or to re-look at your current collection before rushing out to buy, especially so for the careful buyers. In this video, I'll be sharing with you dears what are the dupe colors selected and the swatches, and using these dupe colors to create this eye makeup look, and my final thoughts about this Huda Beauty Tiger Wild Obsession palette. For your convenience, please refer to the timestamp below. If you dears are new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you happen to like this video, please consider to subscribe. And for all of you dears who are watching my video right now, thank you so much for watching. It is my blessing to have you dears here. By the end of the video, please share with me in the comment section below. Will you be getting this Huda Beauty Lunar New Year Tiger Wild Obsession Eyeshadow Palette? Thank you, and now let's get started. Initially, when I first saw the release photo of this Wild Obsession Tiger Eyeshadow Palette or Tiger Wild Obsession Palette from Trend Mood, I thought that this is a new eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. But when I started to gather more information about this palette for this video, I realized that this is their existing eyeshadow palette, which is the Tiger Wild Obsession palette with a new packaging. And I didn't even notice it. Somehow, I wasn't really interested in the original packaging, that's why I didn't notice the color story. It is just that this new packaging caught my eyes because they come in the right time to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year is my most favorite festival and is a must for me to celebrate. I would say this is a very smart marketing move for Huda Beauty. This Lunar New Year 2022 Tiger Wild Obsession Eyeshadow Palette is described as celebrate the Lunar New Year. Unleash your wild side with the limited and collector's edition of our Tiger's Wild Obsessions eyeshadow palette. You can ring in the celebrations looking and feeling as lit as ever with the fierce color combo to create a bold and insanely beautiful look. Part of our first ever Lunar New Year collection, this palette is beautifully packaged in an iconic regal red and gold packaging, very typical of the Chinese. And specially illustrated with a fierce tiger face flaunting lengthy, volumized lashes. This palette is currently retailing at $29 USD. For this packaging, the limited edition packaging, it is currently available at Huda Beauty website. I'm not so sure whether it will be available in other websites and other retailers later before the Chinese New Year. Anyways, the original packaging for this palette is already available in the Huda Beauty website, Sephora Singapore, Sephora internationally, and Cult Beauty. The new Well palette is packed with 4 luxe innovative texture: suede, soft mattes, sparkly and foiled metallics plus 1 multi-reflective 3D embossed python print. This is a versatile, super beautiful, pigment-packed and easily blendable palette. It is made of recyclable outer packaging and this is vegan friendly. And to dupe this palette, I'm basing on the hand swatch photos and the palette photo both from the Trend Mood and Huda Beauty website. So when I saw the product photo release from Trend Mood, I saw a lot of comments over there that they thought the palette was from Colourpop. So that's why when I wanted to dupe this palette, I wanted to use all the colors from Colourpop. But after some drafting, then I reach out for my other brands and come out with this Dupe palette. This Tiger palette doesn't have any shade name, so I will just point and number the shades when I'm talking about the shades. Let's start with the first color, which is the matte mustardy yellow orange. And over here, I have the dupe from these single eyeshadows from Colourpop, and this is Coil. This is a matte soft warm orange. I realized when I build this layer more and more, this becomes more and more orange instead of the mustardy yellow. Because when I just apply this 1 or 2 layer, it does have the mustardy yellow base. But when I build up more and more over here, it seems very orange. So I would say initially I thought they are identical, but seeing that now, I think the dupe is more orange than the original one. And let's proceed to the second color, which is the shimmery bronze. And here I have this color Hathor from Makeup Rising Phoenix. This is a shimmery warm medium brown bronze with gold glitters, which is the color over here. The glitters is not so obvious, and this color seems more of a pure shimmery colors. So if I were to compare the two of them just from this photo, the hand swatch photo from the Huda Beauty website, this original and deep color seems quite identical. The third color, which is a matte dark brown. This is the deep color I found from Sydney Grace, which is Mittens. This is a matte cool dark brown. And this is the color over here. A little messy, but you just should be able to see the real color. Anyways, if I were to compare the original with the dupe, I find that the original is more warm and the dupe is more cool. So I would say for this first row, these first 3 colors, it is not very identical, I would say, if compared to the original one. And now proceeding to the second row, start with this first color of the second row, which is a metallic coppery brown. I found the dupe from this color, Millie from Colourpop. Millie is a metallic intense copper, which is this color over here. And judging from these 2 colors, the original and the dupe, they seem quite identical, but the original one seems more brown than the dupe. This is the 5th color, which is a metallic pink. It seems quite sheer, and I would think that this is a topper formula. And over here, actually this color is not very similar to the original color. This deep color is found from again Colourpop single eyeshadow, which is the Earth Shine. Earth Shine is a metallic pinky lavender with a dual chrome blue flip, and there's glitter to it, which is this color. And I actually prefer this dupe color more to the original one because I find that I like sparkles, and this can help to add a little surprise on my eyes. And I actually hope that in this palette, the Tiger Wild Obsession palette, there should be a sparkling shade. Anyways, the original color in this hand swatch photo looks more sheer and is pink, whereas this dupe is more to the purple pink with glitters. And now this is the third color of the second row, which is a matte light yellow peach. Colourpop again, I found this Issues, and this is a matte warm light medium peach, which is the color over here. The original seems to be more light mustardy yellow, and this dupe, the more I apply and layer this color seems to be more to the peachy peach. Not very similar, but I don't really have a light mustardy yellow color. This is the third row, and start from this first color of the third row, which is a metallic light to medium yellow gold. This is Carrot Cake from Colourpop. And this is a metallic chartreuse color, which is the color over here. Comparing the dupe and the original, the dupe seems more opaque and more yellow gold, and the original seems to be smoother, and at certain angle it seems to be more sheer as well, slightly more sheer. And this is the next color, which is a matte rosy brown. And this single eyeshadow again is from Colourpop, which is the color Get Out. This is a matte warm medium dark rosy red color. I wouldn't say that this is very red, I just feel that this is more of a rosy brown. And this is the color, and I find that this color looks very similar to the original color. This is the last color, which is a matte orange color. And again from Colourpop, this is the color Pretty, and this is a matte vivid orange color, which is the color over here. And I find that the dupe is brighter than the original one. I find that for this Tiger Wild Obsession palette, this is quite an easily dupeable palette. It is basically a neutral color stories with a pop of pink in the center. And since this is a neutral palette, I can see that we can create quite a number of looks with this. The daily natural look, a more bold look with the darker colors and the bright colors, the bright orange over here. And a more dainty feminine look, I like to use the center pink shades, and in the original palette it seems to be a topper formula. And also there is gold and orange. This is quite good for the Lunar New Year because we love gold, red, orange, and whenever we greet each other or doing house visiting, we will just exchange a pair of Mandarin orange for blessing. So these colors just come in at the right time. So most likely I'll be using this dupe palette during the Chinese New Year too. As for the cons, I find that for the color depth in this palette, most of the shades are more to the mid to dark tone, except for the topper formula in the center. And that's why I find that it lacks of the highlighter shades. So when I want to create a look, even though this is a neutral natural eyeshadow palette, I still need to pull in my facial highlighter and then just use it in the inner corners like this. And I always like to use the Esca highlighter to use in my inner corners. So that's why I find that even though this is a neutral palette, it cannot create a complete eye makeup look due to the lacking of the highlighter color. Also, I was actually wishing that there is a matte black in this palette, probably replacing this dark brown to the matte black. Reason is very simple. I am not a person who likes to use matte black because I don't really like a very dark eyeshadow look. But this time round, I do wish that there is a matte black simply because aren't tiger stripes black? Correct? So that's why I hope that there's a black to match up the tiger's theme. Conclusion, will I be getting this palette? Actually, I think I will not be getting this palette. I don't know, ever since last year I've been more consistent in duping the eyeshadow palette, and I produced this series, DIYDTP Palette series. I find that I'm very contented with my current collection. Even though some of the DIYDTP palettes, I am really interested in the color stories like the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz, the Natasha Denona Midi Retro palette, and again Natasha Denona Mini Love eyeshadow palettes, the Tarte, what is that name? Something Blossom, that is a huge palette with a lot of pink natural look. These color stories are still very much in my mind. I really like this kind of color stories because it is my makeup style. At the same time, I just have no urge to buy another eyeshadow palette. I'm very pleased and contented using my current collection. Nowadays, I'm very into a natural rosy pink look. Actually, this color story is my cup of tea. It's just that somehow there is no urge for me to get more eyeshadow palettes, and this color story is not unique enough for me to go out and buy it. At the same time, I am also very happy and blessed to receive this Makeup Rising Phoenix palette. This is their Resist, Disease, Vanquish eyeshadow palette. And I will be doing a review of this eyeshadow palette soon in my channel and using this palette to create 5 eye makeup looks. So stay tuned for this palette review. Hi guys, editing me. This palette has been launched for quite a while, and initially when I take a look at the Lunar New Year packaging, I really like it, and I find that this is very pretty and very suitable for the Lunar New Year because this year is the Tiger Year and this palette is also a tiger palette, so it matches the theme very well. However, the longer I look at the packaging, the more I don't really feel comfortable because I find that the tiger is too ferocious.
I do not want my makeup to be so ferocious. And this palette has been on sale several times by Sephora. I wanted to grab this, but something about it that stopped me from getting it. Firstly, I find that the color story is just too common, and secondly, as I mentioned, is the packaging. So in the end, until now, I'm not picking this up yet.
I hope that this video can help you dears to decide better if you should get this new eyeshadow palette or to relook at your current collection. And now dears, it's your turn to share with me. Will you be getting this Huda Beauty Lunar New Year 2022 Tiger Wild Obsession eyeshadow palette? This is a super duper long name. I cannot remember. Or is there any other eyeshadow palette you would like me to dupe? Please comment in the comment section below. And last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. A tiger doesn't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. Thank you dears for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and click the bell notification button below for my future videos. I like to do beauty products review and also beauty related videos. If this is your cup of tea, please join in my YouTube family. And yes, if you'd like to connect with me more, please visit me at my Instagram and Facebook platform. The address will be over here on the screen. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye! And before you go, please check out these two videos over here. Thank you!